Yo, Elliott.
Yo, Uncle E, I have a situation with my 7-year-old son who's been training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Hawaiian Kempo since he was 3 years old. We're at a point for the first time where he's wanting to skip Jiu-Jitsu but not Kempo because Kempo is easier, he said. He's very good at both Kempo and Jiu-Jitsu. Should I keep pushing him or give him a break? That's so funny, man, because I'm gonna preface this by saying you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You cannot win. I have groups of friends that said, my father failed because he forced me. I didn't want to do it, and he made me do it. And now I have animosity towards my father. And I got friends who say, my father failed because he didn't force me to do what I knew I should have been doing. I told my dad I didn't want to do it, and he said, okay. Now as an adult, I wish my father would have held me to the fire. Do you see how complicated it is to try to win? You can't win. This may be one of those that you offer up and ask God, show me a sign. Tell me what I should do. But damned if you listen to your son. If you let your son quit, it's because you know that's what's best because God has told you. Your father has told you. Your father. You want to father him well, you go to your father. Think about that too. Sometimes we're so arrogant that we want to be good fathers, but we're not good sons ourselves. How many times does that happen? So be a good son and go ask the father, Lord, what should I do? Make it evident in my life. Maybe you get an answer, maybe you don't. But whatever you do, you make the decision right. You heard me say this. You don't make the right decision, you make the decision right. You might want to give him a chance. You might want to say, okay, I understand. Let's do this. You do it for the rest of the year, right? Give him a time frame, give him a deadline. You do it for the rest of the year. And when we get to that point, we'll decide then. Because maybe he's just in a mood. That's the thing, like with my friend whose father let him quit. I don't have resentment, but I wish my parents would have forced me to stay in gymnastics when I was a kid. I did gymnastics. It was funny. I did gymnastics. I was like 7 years old, probably about the same as between 7 or 9 years old. I didn't know nothing about gymnastics, but my neighbor, kid I was hanging out with down the block, he was going to gymnastics. And so I wanted to do it too. So my mom let me go because I would, carpool and I'd go with his family and go to gymnastics. I remember getting to gymnastics and all the instructors were in awe of me. They would like show me off to the other instructors. Hey, come watch this kid. When my friend quit, because he sucked, when he quit, I was like, well, I'm quitting too. Didn't really mean anything to me. In retrospect, as I got older, many years later, I thought back and was like, why y'all let me quit gymnastics? I wanted to blame my parents. Why y'all let me quit gymnastics? I was in a mood. I was just kind of going with the wind. Your son may literally just be in a mood. It may be because literally kids are so impressionable. It's crazy. He may have watched something on YouTube that made him feel bad about jiu-jitsu that he's totally unconscious of. Or maybe a friend said something at school like jiu-jitsu's gay. And then he's like, oh man, I don't want to do it no more. Kids are impressionable. And so you may literally be in a mood. Give them some time, right? Say, okay, cool. Yeah, no problem. We can quit after the year. And then, the best thing you might ever do is let him quit jiu-jitsu so that he could dominate Kempo. Who knows? I don't know. But like I said in the beginning, offer it up, bro.
Yo, Elliott.